So today's the day. Gonna go down to the shelter, get myself a new best friend. You know, always wanted to have an animal around the house. You know, come home at the end of the day, jumps up and licks your face. You know, go for walks, play fetch and frisbee, give it the milk bone. Man's best friend, you know?
So what kind of dog are you gonna get?
What?
So how'd you get into cats?
Did you see the Batman Forever?
I saw Batman Forever, yeah.
And Kim Cattrall, she's Catwoman. She's got that suit. It's pretty sexy, you know. It's all tight, all in the right places, you know, sewn all up. She's got this great work sequence where she's making the suit after she fell and was licked by a bunch of cats. I said, I want a suit like that. So I made one, but it gets really, really hot. You know, all that cat fur.
Not sure.
Not to mention the animal rights activists.
Not sure Catwoman's suit was made out of cat fur.
They're throwing paint all over you.
I think it was leather.
Well, they don't like leather either. All these vegans. One question that I get a lot from people, they come up to me, they say, Jim, look, I know you date a lot of models, so explain, catwalk, where does that term come from? Why are they calling it a catwalk? And it's a fashion show, it's beautiful women, I do not see any cats here. And I say, check your history book. 600, 700, 800 years ago when they were doing the first fashion shows, cloth was really, really expensive, any kind of fabric at all. Because it's tricky to make, you got your loom or whatever, right? So what they would do is they would make miniature versions of clothes, put them on cats, and send them down the catwalk, right? So you got your little wrap dress, cat-sized wrap dress, got your cat-sized, you know, tuxedo, looking sharp. And the amazing thing is, the proportions between a cat and a human are identical, right? Like, it's not the same scale, but you make a garment that looks good on a cat, it's going to fit in all the right places on a human being. But of course, eventually cloth got cheaper, and they said, why are we still doing this? The lions are eating people, the cats are very hungry all of the time. So, let's make full-sized human clothes and demonstrate those. But we've still got a couple of the holdovers, right? We got, you know, Hugo Boss for cats. We got Dolce and Gabbana. These are sort of off-brands that are difficult to find in a lot of department stores, but they still exist. You want some of these? You don't want one? Because they're delicious. I'm going to eat them all. So, what's the cat lover's favorite hamburger and hot dog topping?
I don't know.
That would be catsup. What do you call a cat lover who's had severe head trauma and is basically a vegetable?
I don't know.
Catatonic. Where do most cat lovers purchase all of their home furnishings for their cat?
I don't know.
From the mail order cat catalog. If you ask a cat lover how they are doing, what will the response usually be?
I don't know.
I'm feline fine.
These jokes are
What do
awful.
you call a cat lover who's into feces play?
I don't even want to know.
Did you hear the one about the cat who walked into a bar?
I don't think so.
Cat walks into a bar, says, says, howdy, partner. do you serve cats here? Bartender says, no, you probably should not be in here. And the cat says, no, I wasn't asking if you would serve me a drink. I was asking if you serve cats on the menu, because I'm a cannibal. And I'm just tired of whiskas. Gonna get some delicious cat meat. Have you ever promised to keep a secret, but maybe let it slip?
I've probably been guilty of that a couple times in my life.
Let the cat out of the bag, so to speak.
I guess so, yeah.
Know where that comes from? Cat out of the bag?
Not really.
Ancient Egypt.
Okay.
Back in olden times, they would actually write down their secrets, their deepest, darkest, innermost feelings, things that they were maybe ashamed of, embarrassed about, and they would tie them with a piece of string to a cat, put the cat in a bag, take it out, go to the bridge, huff it in the river, right? But here's what you have to understand. Back in olden times, string, pretty expensive. Not like it is today, where you can go get, 18 yards for a nickel. String was a luxury item. So often what would happen is you would only have enough string to tie your secret to the cat. You would not have any leftover string with which to tie the bag. So you would have to have a very, very firm grip on your bag full of cats covered in secrets. So unless you had a really firm grip, cats could get loose, run into the next town, run all over the place, and then suddenly everybody knows that you like to wear ladies' underwear. Familiar with great American author J.D. Salinger? Wrote a lot of good books.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. Canterbury Tales, Old Man and the Sea, and he was also
he wrote those.
An animal lover. Not a lot of people know that about him. He had a cat. He had a beautiful Persian cat that he named Shakespeare. But he was kind of a troubled cat, J.D. Salinger's cat. He had a bit of a drinking problem. And the thing with cats is that when they start to drink, because they have a slower metabolism, they're often very angry drunks, and they can get mean, they can get violent. Not like you, though. So one night, Shakespeare, he'd had a lot to drink. He was just blitzed. His eyes were all wonky. And he took out a gun. And he went up to J.D. Salinger. And he pointed the gun right in his face. J.D. Salinger didn't take it. Didn't take any of it. He said, "Look, you need to clean yourself up. Cat, you're in the rye. Get out! Get out!" Not you. Get out! And come back when you've cleaned yourself up. J.D. Salinger never saw his cat again. Cat took off, went to Central Park, brought the gun, and shot John Lennon. Next day, Yoko Ono had to go down to the morgue to identify the body. Then she headed over to the police station. And they detained Shakespeare. He was in the interrogation room. Two-way glass. She looked through. She looked into the eyes of this beautiful but troubled feline. And she knew, she said, that's what took the life of my husband. And she just broke down right there in the police station. She went, and now she's all over the pop charts. I remember once I had this cat, and it really loved to bite me on my face. And my mom called me one day on the phone, and I picked up, and just as I picked up the receiver, the cat jumped on my face and was like, biting me right on my tongue. And my mom said, what's the matter? And I'm going, call the hospital, call the hospital. But, you know what?
What?
We can probably do the cat another day. What do you say?
Well,
I don't think I need one right now, right?
But it's just up the street.
No,
We're almost.
We'll be fine. We'll do it next week or something. See ya.
What's wrong? What is that anyway? What? $10,000 reward. Jim! Get back here! I want my money!